wanna touch your life. I wanna be the change. I'm gonna shine my light. I'm gonna make a difference. Touch your life. Be the change. Shine my light and make a difference. You're the one to make the world a much better place. You're the one, you're the one, touching lives.
Good evening, Nigeria, and welcome to Airtel Touching Lives Season 6. Airtel are a company with a strong sense of purpose. They are recently focused on sustainable initiatives that can positively impact the various communities where they operate. Now, in the words of Airtel Nigeria CEO Segun Ogusoya, purpose is powerful as it does not just define an individual or an entity, but drives its every action and decision. By doing this, he says, you earn a social license, which is love, loyalty, friendship, and affection you get from the communities where you operate. Airtel is committed to its purpose of empowering and uplifting people and making a positive and lasting impact in the lives of Nigerians, thereby earning its social license. I'm your host, Wana, and let's see what Airtel Touching Lives has in store for us today.
Touching lives.
The Omishaki Axis community were in perpetual darkness with no access to electricity. So you can just imagine the impact it had on schools, access to water, and running a business. In our featured story, we see the incredible work done by the IREDE Foundation, whose goal is to give young children artificial limbs, thereby enabling access to education and with it the ability to live self-sufficient lives.
Touching lives.
I was quite very happy when I found out that Airtel supports Nigeria in various areas, including the part of their corporate social responsibility to Nigerian community. The present transformer that servicing us, there's a shortfall. For the number of residents, the capacity of the transformer could not really service us. Part of the growth and development of the community is for us to have electricity, because the challenge of electricity has brought in insecurity. Hoodlums comes in the evenings when there's no light and perpetrate a lot of evils. Because of lack of electricity, even when boreholes are being provided, borehole needs to be powered by electricity. So that challenge of the fact that there is no electricity to power it, our community people here had to go far to get water to use at home. The citizens now use plastic buckets tied with rope, take water there to drink. So it leads to various diseases. When the youth are not really having job, the circle will really backfire back into the economy, because when you are not making provision for some of these youths, they turn into thuggery, they went into kidnapping, went into a lot of other social vices.
Àti wà nínú àdúgbò yóò ti pẹ́ gan, ọjọ́ ti pẹ́ gan, but ṣọ́ọ̀bù tí mo wá gbà síbi gan bí pé mo kàn wá waste owó ní bíbá ẹni. Àwọn kan bẹ̀ pé àkínlò náà tó bá máa múná dé gan, àwọn some jẹ́ la máa fi tàn fún customer, then àti dín owó wọn kù, èèyàn mi á máa fún wa ní 100 naira, ìgbà tó ti sí náà àdẹ̀fín manage owó epo gan, ká tó rí gan ní èdè ó máa ń cost, kó ṣẹlẹ̀ nìyẹn.
People are really suffering. They are really suffering.
I want to leave an impact into this community so that when I live here, I'll be happy that when I was here, I contributed towards the growth and development of the community.
Airtel is very, very big on developing communities, because we know that, once a community, can survive, they're able to help those around them as well. And they definitely want to do something to help and to make things easier for you. And so Airtel will purchase, deliver, and install a 500 kVA transformer.
To God be the glory. Wow, this is wonderful. To God be the glory. This is amazing. This is quite very amazing. To God be the glory. I mean, this is a dream of so many years we've really been expecting. To God be the glory. This is amazing.
Touching lives.
Airtel Touching Lives installed the 500 kVA generator into the community. Let's see the impact it has had on the lives of those that live in that area.
Exactly a year ago now that we launched it. Just like Carnival, people are so happy that because this is what have been giving us problem before.
Ìgbà tí transformer ti dé náà, a rí pé tí iná bá ti wà máa níná, so ó jẹ́ kí gbogbo nǹkan yí padà, a rí iná lò dáadáa.
A lot of people who had already left the community are coming back. New people they like this place because we have very steady supply of light now, very steady now.
Ọrọ̀ ajé wa ó yí padà sí rere torí pé ẹ mọ̀ pé kò sí business yẹn lè fi generator máa run kò lè jèrè ń bẹ̀.
Ìyípadà tó wà ó wà gidi gan ni torí pé pẹ̀lú owó epo tí à ń yọ nígbà tí a fi ń tan generator kò sì jẹ́ kí géènì kankan wà ní orí ọjà rárá. Ìgbà tí transformer ti wá dé sìn, a rí pé géènì tún ti pọ̀ sí ní orí ọjà ju ìgbà tí à ń tan generator lọ.
Ìyàtọ̀ wà dáadáa fún wa nísìnyí ìgbà tí transformer wà nísìnyí à ń rọ́jà ta ìgbà tó sì transformer rọ́jà ta rárá tá bá tan generator ayọ̀ wa kún gan gbogbo àwọn obìnrin tá à ń tajà tútù ládùúgbò inú wa dùn gan.
Bàbá wà ní òkun nígbà téèyàn pàtẹ́ ni bọ̀ tí iná bá ti dé báyìí tí iná bá ti wà báyìí ọjà wa àwọn tí ń kọjá lọ orí náà rí wọ́n yà wọ́n rà àti ìbẹ̀ náà ládẹ́yìn rí tọ́rọ́kọ́bọ̀ fi ń jẹun.
The children are the most happy people on this transformer because instead of them going around they have light now to study. They have light to do their work on the computer.
Gbogbo àwọn ọmọ tó yẹ pé tóru bá ti mú wọn báyìí láàárín ọ̀sẹ̀ méjì a máa ń gbé wọn lọ sí hospital. Kò sí nǹkan tó jọ ọmọ bẹ́ẹ̀ mọ́ torí pé ńgbà tàtẹ́gùn bá ti wà tí ò sí ooru tí ò sí ìkankan. Transformer tán gbé wá fún wa ó jẹ́ kí ìfọ̀kànbalẹ̀ kó dé bá àdúgbò yìí torí pé tí ó bá ti síná ládùúgbò gbogbo àwọn tí ó jẹ́ alábàágbé tí wọ́n ń gbé pẹ̀lú wa gan àwọn ni wọ́n ti fẹ́ kó lọ tán tẹ́lẹ̀ gbọ̀ngbà tí iná ti dúró nísìn kódà gan population wa gan ó tún lé sí.
Transformer tán fún wa yẹn ó rí bilibi nígbà tí Ọlọ́run sọ̀kalẹ̀ tó wá sí wa lóore ni.
And we so thank Airtel company who give us the transformer.
We can't thank them enough because they had changed the life of people both in the rural area and in the urban area.
Well, now there is a real purpose. Giving electricity has made such a big difference to the Omishaki Axis community. Stay with us because after the break, we bring you a story about young children that are given access to prosthetic arms and legs to help them live a normal life. To join the conversation and interact with tonight's show, you can visit our social media. You'll find us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
Touching lives.
Babe? Hey!
Hi.
It's hard to live when you are all alone.
Hi. So my card isn't working. Hello?
All I hear with the
Good morning. I'm pretty sorry I'm late.
only echoes.
Where are you guys going? Hello? Can anybody hear me? Can you see me?
I don't want to
Get an Airtel home broadband and enjoy life as it should be.
Thank you so much. Bye.
I don't want to be alone.
Airtel, the smartphone network.
Touching lives.
Welcome back to Airtel Touching Lives. In 2012, a young woman gave birth to a child with a congenital limb deformity, and her limb had to be amputated. It was a difficult time for the family, and they did not know how to deal with the situation. Children who do not have limbs are typically stigmatized by their peers who treat them inappropriately. Since the children cannot move about easily, they're often condemned by their peers and must stay home with their parents, which further compounds the economic situation for the parents. It is for these reasons why the IREDE Foundation was established, a foundation which gives hope to children amputees across Nigeria. Let's take a look at their story.
Touching lives.
My name is Biola, but my other name is Ireluade, which made the name IREDE. It means the goodness of God has come. My mom is the founder of the IREDE Foundation, and she helps children that can't afford an artificial limb to get an artificial limb and reduces the stigma around them.
Beulah was born in 2009. When I gave birth to her, she had a congenital limb deformity. Of course, I did not know what it was. I just knew that people were hushing around me and everybody was a bit not as excited as you would expect someone to be when you give birth to a child. She had missing bones in her leg. We were told that we needed to amputate the leg. It was devastating. I cried almost every day for 2 years. It took 2 years for us to come to the place of absolute acceptance with taking out Beulah's leg. Talking about it again is still emotional. I started looking for information for these children that have had to go through amputation. But there was no Nigerian story. Nobody was talking about it. I just wanted to put information out there. Then I met a child, and that child, he also had a congenital limb deformity. The parents had kept him back home for 2 years. They were afraid of how people were going to treat him and the stigma. I was able to work with them backstage and then just get them to put their child in school. Doctors started reaching out to me to talk to other parents who needed to take the same step. But the biggest issue that they had was they could not provide the artificial limb. So I just felt like I can get some of my friends to come together and we'll be able to get artificial limbs for this child. So that's how starting the IREDE Foundation came about.
Beyond providing prosthetic limb, we also try to see what's the other support they need. So from mental health support to physiotherapist. As much as we're providing support for the child, we're also holding the hands of the parents through our counseling and encouragement. All of these happens through different programs that we do, from empowerment to encouragement to advocacy. The purpose here is to increase awareness about disability, to reduce stigmatization and bullying that children and adults face.
We know that we need to catch them young. And so that's why we came up with this comics called the IREDEans. We have characters that are superheroes with disabilities. With this tool, we will be able to put a stop to stigmatization.
Children with disabilities or children amputees do not have access to mainstream schools. It's a major stigma that children with disability face in Nigeria today.
I was 15 years old when I joined IREDE Foundation. Before IREDE Foundation, it was so badly for me to move around, even there is not anybody to help me. I had no leg from 9 months old to 15 years. The IREDE Foundation gave me a new life, and they've changed my life totally. They give me the ability to do whatever I want, and they didn't even make me feel disabled. I look myself as a able person.
We provided prosthetic limbs to 112 children across Nigeria.
It's not just in providing the limbs. You see the children go back to school. The parents going back to getting a job. Then you start realizing the power of what it gives.
Resilience is the key to get to the top. We should include other people in whatever we're trying to do, because togetherness is how we're going to get to the top also.
That was not just a story of turning pain into purpose, but also giving hope to hundreds of other people. After the break, the CEO of IREDE Foundation will be with us in the studio. Don't go anywhere. To join the conversation and interact with tonight's show, you can visit our social media. You'll find us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
Just a moment. The refrigerator. Hello? Sunday! Sunday!
Yes, my guy.
Come. 1,000 naira. Buy me Airtel recharge card. You have what I said. What?
My guy.
Thank you. Hey! Sunday don't finish me. I say 1,000 naira recharge card. You carry 8,000 naira of my money. Go load them. Because money in your hand, Abi.
Oga, no. As I load the 1,000 naira, I use Airtel over Jara, turn them to 8,000 naira, just like that.
8 times the value of any recharge, plus double data and 1,000 naira activation bonus when you buy a new SIM.
Sunday, go buy us. Okay. And make sure say they put over Jara for you.
Airtel, the smartphone network.
Welcome back to Airtel Touching Lives. Joining us in the studio tonight, we have Crystal from the IREDE Foundation. Welcome and good evening.
Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you for the work that you're doing, the work that you have been doing for such a long time, because I can imagine it's a tireless job. But I wanted to ask, how big are congenital defects in Nigeria?
I think congenital defects are not really big. However, amputation is a major issue in Nigeria.
You've also been running this foundation for over 10 years, and what have been your biggest challenges?
Stigmatization, awareness on what disability has to do here in Nigeria. Because again, we still have, all the cultural and religious beliefs that make people think when you have a need to have a disability, then you must have sinned or done something wrong. And as a result of that, that's what's leading to the disability. So people respond negatively also, because what then happens is you see someone that has a disability or is amputated, and the first thing is people want to stay away from them. And as a result of that, they don't want to come out. And even when they come out, they kind of stick to themselves or their families alone. Or even when you have a child with disability, people will not talk about it because it's a taboo. So you kind of hide it.
IREDE Foundation does a lot of work around provision of prosthesis, but I can see that you also do a lot of work around even just the mental health of the parents coming to terms with their child having to lose a limb or having to wear prosthesis. And I'm interested in knowing you, from your own personal story as well, that moment, because you said it took you 2 years, that moment where you had to decide that, we had to amputate you had to amputate your child's leg. As a mother, what was that moment like?
Honestly, I felt my life had crumbled. I didn't see this years ahead. I didn't know what next, really. I wasn't sure that it was even the right decision. Devastated.
With getting some help to be able to keep doing the work you're doing, because I know that you do it regardless, what does that mean for you? What would that mean for the people that you're helping, the children that you're looking after?
I think for me, the first thing is, it means that 10, 20 years from now, we will have a more accepting Nigeria of persons with disabilities. The second thing that it will mean to me is then these children can have education. They have a level playing ground to compete favorably with their peers.
Thank you again for the work that you're doing. It is I don't even know what's a thankless job. I mean, I can imagine how it starts from trying to provide prosthesis, and then it moves to, mental health support, emotional support, education. You are doing a lot.
Thank you.
And so Airtel would like to support you with equipment needed to furnish the prosthetic lab.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Calm down, we've just started. They'll also provide a vacuum suction machine, industrial infrared oven, and rotor machines.
Oh, wow, that's a lot. Thank you so much.
It doesn't stop there. We still have more. 5 HP laptops.
Oh!
I like this dance. 10 Android smartphones.
Oh, amazing.
3D printer.
Wow. Okay, I'm sorry, but that literally helps us to be able to make molds of the prosthetics that we want to give, and we get an accurate measure of maybe the other limbs. So that's amazing.
They're also going to provide custom-made work table with 5 routers for the year, so 5 internet routers for the year.
Thank you.
And studio lighting equipment.
Oh, wow. Thank you so much. That is a lot, and we are so grateful in the last 10 years, we've tried to get a 3D printer that helps us to be able to just literally manufacture the prosthetic limbs ourselves, and we've not been able to get that. So thank you so much, Airtel. This is a lot. Thank you so much. This is going to make our work really easy. I'm trying to.
Look at me, I'm already a mess.
Actually hold it all together. Thank you, thank you, thank you, and thank you.
Thank you for the amazing work that you're doing.
Thank you.
The people that work at IREDE Foundation are heroes to each and every single one of us. And I hope that this is also an opportunity to reach out and help and do so much more. Until next time, you've been watching Airtel Touching Lives.
Touching lives.
Next week, we revisit the Methodist Central Primary School, where Airtel's intervention has made a difference to the learners at the school. And we investigate CADAM, an NGO founded in 1991 to cater to the treatment and rehabilitation of drug addicts.
Touching lives. I wanna touch your life. I wanna be the change. I'm gonna shine my light. I'm gonna make a difference. Touch your life. Be the change. Shine my light. And make a difference. You're the one.
Airtel, the smartphone network.